It's been a hot minute since we have done a sketchbook ideas video. So let's have a nice long hangout session. I think it's time for you and me to do a lot of art together. I hope that you thoroughly enjoy this. I hope it makes you feel empowered as an artist. So, it's gonna be so fun. I'm bringing this Artica sketchbook back. It's pretty much like the same as the ELO sketchbook, and I decorated it with my stickers. So it probably looks a lot different from the last time you saw it. This is my favorite sticker. So I'm gonna start with something really simple and really trendy. I think you folks will like this. I invite you to join along if this speaks to you. If not, you can do your own thing while you watch. I just got a paper cut. I'm feeling particularly inspired by the purple theme today, so let's just embrace it. We will probably use a lot of art supplies. In my sketchbook, I like to draw, I like to paint, I like to collage, you know, it's a space, a safe space to express yourself. I've been really into these acrylic paint markers lately. They have like brush nibs, so I'm gonna use them for this project. I have so many of them too, it's gonna be so fun. I'm starting with this yellow acrylic paint marker. Let's think of trendy patterns that we see, okay? You've probably seen this one. I'll probably do my own spin on it though. Okay, we have this yellow circle here. Colored it in a nice solid color right in the center of the page. If it's not perfect, it's okay. This is literally just a sketchbook, not the end of the world. I do this to express myself, to unwind, to have fun. It's all about your mindset. So this purple needs to befriend this page. Let's just go all around this. Now, let's color this entire page. Again, if this is not perfect, that is okay, because we are not perfect people. So let's celebrate that. Celebrate our imperfection. And that's it, folks. That's literally the whole thing. Just kidding. I was joking. Okay, so we have this part. So now I'm going to outline this with a color of choice, and I chose this pinkish color. Okay, so I'm sure you folks have seen sweatshirts, bags, tumblers, tons of accessories with that smiley face on it, and it kind of gives 90s vibes. You know what I'm talking about? I want to put that in my sketchbook because first of all, I love the simple, colorful pages. When I go to my sketchbook and I go to draw, I love flipping through previous things. And so sometimes present me thinks about future me, and I'm like, that might be simple, but that might cheer me up on a bad day. So we need this smiley face because I know it will cheer me up later, and I'm gonna find that in my sketchbook, and it's gonna be colorful, it's gonna be happy, it's gonna be good. So if you are somebody who thinks that you will love your future self for doing this for you, put a giant smiley face in your sketchbook. It's like the simplest thing. Okay, so I have my little outline. This is not a perfect circle, but I'm not a perfect person, so we have that. Now let's add some pizzazz here. You can do this part if you want, or you can skip it. Depends how ambitious you are. I just wanted a little bit of pizzazz. So this background, let's do something fun for it. So now I'm going to repeat colors. I want these three to be the main ones here. So daisies, we're doing daisies all over the place, okay? See, the cool thing about this, we started with a circle. You can stop at this smiley if you want to. But if your confidence is built now, you can, you know, go on to other parts of the page. This is so cute. I'm loving it. Tell me that does not exude happiness. I mean, come on. Now let's do the center of all these flowers and just do some polka dots. Literally just improvised that one, but I wanted to use this marker again because it's so pretty. Now, if you are satisfied with this as it is, like this, you can leave it, okay? But I'm gonna show you how to take it up a notch without feeling super overwhelmed and intimidated. We did that little circle around the smiley face earlier with this marker. I'm keeping the color scheme of this so simple. There's no shading, there's just like patterns. We're gonna outline the flowers now with this. You can omit this part if you like the way it looks. I feel like it needs a little bit more unity, so we will do that. I missed one. Oh. And folks, it's that easy. I think this took me maybe 40 minutes tops, and I thoroughly enjoyed the whole process. It made me happy. I didn't have to think too hard about it. I just got to create for the sake of creating, and we like that, right? And if you're going through a hard time right now and it is hard for you to draw a smiley face, it is okay to be where you are and to be honest with your feelings. So if you do not feel like you can relate to this one because you're not happy or you're not in a happy place right now and you don't feel like you have it in you to encourage your future self, I just want to validate where you are right now. It is okay to be there. And you could maybe draw the expression that you're feeling. So maybe you do feel happy, but you also feel really torn and sad because of something going on in your life. You know, you could draw a line down the middle and draw both of those emotions. Or you could draw multiple faces on this page. So yeah, you could change it to suit what you're going through, your life circumstances, and just be honest with yourself and acknowledge where you are too. That's okay. I'm in a groovy mood now.
Let's do some groovy artwork.
I'm in a markery mood as well, and I'm not really sure what that means at this moment, but patterns, they're so fun. And since we already did a 90s-ish themed trendy type thing, I'm gonna bounce off of that. Let's do some more of it because it's super easy, super approachable, and that's what we like. Let's do a little checkerboard. This does not have to be perfect. You can get a ruler if you're a perfectionist, but I'm not. I'm just gonna go for it. It's just some lines. Again, we are not aiming for perfection. We are aiming for creation. Oh, I just love that. We have a new saying here. By the way, these are Copic markers that I'm using now. Now let's color in our little checkerboard. I've probably used just about every drop of ink in this marker, but we made it. It's a little streaky, but that's okay because we're gonna be doing other things to this page. So it's fine. It really is fine. Let's move on. So I have this marker, and you may think it's the same color, but it is not. I think these two will pair really well for this page. So let's kind of do our own little like granny square quilt blanket throw type page. That's what we're doing with this checkerboard. I have been drawing stuff like this in Procreate from time to time, and I keep some art private for myself, you know. But yeah, I decided, you know what, I want to do this on paper, so I'm going to show you folks some fun little stuff. It'll probably be very similar to the things that I've been doodling in my spare time. Let's put some stitches all over this. We have to give it like that homemade look, you know? Which leads me to a question. Do any of you do string art? Whether it be knitting, crocheting, embroidery, maybe you do something entirely different and unique that I've never heard of. Tell me about it. I think the stitches on this checkerboard are really cool because it elevates your drawing a lot by making it look very detailed, even though you're literally just doing a bunch of dashes everywhere. So if you're someone who easily gets intimidated by detailed artwork and you think, oh, I don't know, I can't do that. You are capable. You can do it. You can make this as detailed as you want, or you can make your stitches look chunky like mine. We could stop here and this would look sweet, right? But we are gonna take it up a notch, okay? So I have this marker that we just used. I also have some other markers that we could use to bring some color into this piece. So yeah, what you're gonna do are these little like flower things. It's like 4 little leaves coming to the center of all of the blank checkers. They do not have to be perfect either, like not all of mine are lined up. Just have grace with yourself. This is another one of those sketchbook ideas that the beauty in this is you can stop at whatever point you want, you know? I already told you, you didn't even have to do these flowers. But you can take this further if you so desire. I am going to, but I want you to view this as like layers of an onion, you know? You just keep adding more. I don't know. This is a weird description, but yeah, you'll see. Let's take this pink now, and we are just going to do these little like V type things with a tad bit of curve to them, okay? Like that. We'll do some color borrowing and bring back this dyeing marker because it'll be good, it'll be good. At all those V's, we're gonna do just a little dot. Okay, we have some fun color to this so far. Let's continue with that, okay? Let's continue. We are going to embrace adding something, pausing, and then adding some more. Let's work on these darker squares now, and I'm going to take this crimson color here and do some more flowers. Now we have this. Oh, this is getting so exciting. Now, if you really want to take this up a notch, this is the advice I have for you for a page like this. You can take acrylic paint markers at this point and do the center of all these darker flowers. And I'm assuming you're probably not using the same exact colors as me, but if you are, you can just follow along, you know? So now I'm going to do the center. Oh wow, this is so magical. Could this just be like a throw pillow in my house, please? I love it. I might have to make merch with this design. So now we have the center. Look at how reflective and beautiful. Love it. So yeah, I really enjoy doing this kind of thing, especially if I just want to create for the sake of creating. I do a lot of big art projects and I need breaks from that sometimes, but I still want to create, you know? The artist in me still wants to. So this, good stuff. Have you ever been somewhere or you're doing something and the experience means a lot to you? And this is something that you want to remember for years to come. However, you forgot to bring your phone or a camera and you never documented a moment of this experience. It can be so frustrating sometimes, and other times it's a real blessing because you're like, wow, I was so disconnected from technology in that moment that I was just fully in it. That is beautiful. But you still have it fresh in your memory, right? You still have it there. It doesn't even need to be like this amazing moment. Capture it in your sketchbook. That's what I'm doing here. I had a really peaceful morning like 2 weeks ago, and when I drew this, it probably was close to 2 weeks ago. It takes me a long time to put together these videos. But anyway, I'm saying this because I had this peaceful morning. I walked around my garden and I checked on, you know, my seeds sprouting, you know, the beans came up. I'm training them to go up the trellis. My strawberries are flowering. Oh my goodness, the birds are chirping. Everything is beautiful. Everything is wonderful. Mornings are so serene. This moment was just very trivial, really. But to me, it was spectacular. You know, you don't have to be going on some huge vacation or like traveling the world for your moment to matter. You don't have to be doing extravagant things. Like those little moments, they're awesome. So yeah, I captured my little moment. And it didn't even come out in like the form of like how I observed my moment. It was just like bits and pieces, you know. I had rays of sunlight radiating off the top of the page because rays of sunlight trickled through the trees down past my garden. And I wrote peaceful morning because, ooh, that stood out to me. So this idea, take an experience and put it on your page. Don't even use reference photos if you don't want to. Your moment matters. You can remember it later and look back on little pieces. You will understand it. And that's awesome. Hope you like this one. Do you ever get so caught up in wanting your artwork to be perfect that it almost holds you back from creating? Or when you do finally create, you're so nervous about the final outcome that you get like really stiff, and that stiffness shows through your artwork. If this is you, if this is something you relate to, then this idea may really resonate with you. I'm gonna challenge you to bring out your inner child and do scribbly artwork. So I chose a flower bouquet. You can look up bouquets online. You could honestly draw anything with this, but do a scribbly style. Let the white of that page leak through your artwork. It seems like, I don't know, if you get tied up in perfectionism, this might actually be hard for you, but you have to let go. You have to let go and be like, this is not gonna be perfect. So I took an art supply that I rarely use for this piece. It is pastel pencils, and I just kind of had fun and experimented and allowed myself to scribble. I felt like a kid again. I felt free, and it was easy to create because I decided all pressure's out the window. I'm making this bouquet, I'm making it playful, and I'm gonna scribble. This is great. So scribble away. Scribble away. Show me what you make too. If you follow me on Instagram, my handle is Mira Byler. Tag me. I wanna see what you do with this style and with this concept. I would love to see it. I would love to hear about it. So yeah. I also did this fun like grid in the background because I've been having fun with patterns lately. So if you want to fill your page, feel free to do that too. So for this video, I'm trying to do a lot of easier sketchbook ideas that anybody can do. So if you are a beginner or if you are tight on time, whatever it is, I think that this idea here is very approachable for just about anybody. And what you're gonna do is draw this cute creature in the middle of the page. And we're gonna contrast this with a little bit of rage in a second, but let's just focus on the cuteness for right now, okay? I chose this round, like little teddy bear, and I just used a ballpoint pen and then I put some blush on it. That was it. A little bit of detail here and there. Then take that same pen and just scribble all over your page. I think scribbling is so underrated sometimes. Like we associate that with just being a little kid. But really, little kids have beautiful imaginations and they're conveying like awesome things that go on in their minds. So why, as adults, do we let go of scribbling? I'm enjoying it lately, I really am. Maybe it's because I have twins and I just think, you know, they're 1 year old now, basically, and I can already tell their imaginations are just, it's so inspiring. So yeah. I scribbled all over this page and I filled it in, and then there's this like cute creature in the center, and it's as simple as that. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. It was like cuteness meets a little bit of scribble rage or scribble explosion. I don't know. It was fun. Hope you like it. Let's do another one. I'm feeling botanical for this one. So let's do something botanical. So if you want something easy and thoughtless, this is seriously so easy. Anybody can do it. This looks weird in the moment, but bear with me. You have to wade through the awkward as an artist to get to the better. all of us. So these are all going to be leaves. And what you can do is just draw a line like this down the center, and then tons of thin little lines going slightly diagonal and downward toward that line. This will create a simple, slender leaf that we are looking for. If you would like to do a different type of leaf, be my guest. That is your sketchbook. I'm just here to provide inspiration. I'm going to do a couple colors here. So the next one will be this green. We will repeat this process, okay? This is the fun part. I'm taking this gold marker because how could I not? I'm gonna do some fun gold leaves. And I will likely make them larger than the other leaves just because I love gold. And this is the fun part because you can make them like sway in between whatever shapes are left so they don't all look exactly the same. Should I do like dark brown with this? I think it would add something special, you know? There we go. This one is seriously so easy. Anybody could do this, and I love the way the gold leaves look. But seriously, it's cool because you're basically drawing the same shape over and over again, but in a different color, or maybe swaying differently, you know? Very repetitive, very mindless. So if you need to binge a Netflix show, but you want to create, maybe you're listening to a podcast, maybe, I don't know, who has a favorite song that they've been listening to on repeat? Let me know. I really enjoyed this one though. I'm pretty sure I have shown ideas very, very similar to this in previous sketchbook ideas videos, but I would like to show it again. If you are short on time, or maybe you just need to unwind, you can take a few colors that you really love, like a combination of colors that go well together, and just do blobs on your page. They don't have to be anything special, just weird jelly bean type weirdy wavy blobs. Put them together, fill your page with all these colors, and it takes a little bit of time, but it takes no planning. That's the beauty of this one, and I think these are the pages in my sketchbook that I feel like just bring happiness to my sketchbook, and I really like that for when I want to go back later and draw more. This is probably my favorite sketchbook idea of the entire video, and this one took a long time to do. My gesso exploded and got on my neck, but we're good. So you can gesso your page if you have gesso and use acrylic paint, or you could use whatever art supply you want. But I prepped my page, and then I did this undercoat that will get covered in a little bit. That's like a beige color. I don't know, I just felt like using this color. I talked about going out in my garden earlier in the video. I have been very inspired by the things I've been seeing out there, and my strawberry patch has been growing, and I just wanted to kind of paint a strawberry patch on a page. And I did a bunch of leaves, and I tried to keep it relatively illustrative. I think focusing on shapes and colors sometimes, rather than getting caught up in shading, is a very valuable tool when it comes to learning and understanding art and just growing as an artist. So I've been trying to do that sometimes, you know, simplify a component of creating to understand another component. Anyway, I thought it was really fun to do this with strawberries and playing with different shapes and just putting strawberries everywhere. The cool thing about this piece is once I blocked in like X amount of leaves, I would move on to another thing and I would do these strawberries. And then I would move on to the stems of the strawberries and the leaves on those strawberries. And it felt like I was hopping from one thing to another, but then I would do like a whole nother layer here and there and just keep building on it. It made the piece feel simpler than it was just taking it in those sectioned steps. So if that's helpful for you, if you get intimidated with like really detailed artwork or pieces that you think would be really complicated and just scary to tackle, you could kind of break it up into really simplified layers like that and just add as you go, add as you feel comfortable. And take breaks too if you need to. I definitely took a break with this one. It's okay to do that and walk away. I thought it was really fun adding the little flowers to this one. And I liked how the background is like not actually convincing. It's this like bright beige background, but it made it just very inviting and feel more springy than like the dark dirt of my garden bed. I don't know. I really enjoyed this one though, and I hope you feel inspired to do something like this. I think it definitely brightens up a sketchbook. I'm all about like the mood of my sketchbook. Is it an inviting place for me where I would feel like creating more in? Here's the final idea. This one is very, very simple. It probably took me like 5 minutes for each one of these that I did. I just decided to draw a shape on the page and then fill in half of the shape. And then it's like this weird modern planter. And then you can take like a black marker or a black pen or whatever color you want and draw a plant nestled in it in that empty space that you didn't color. It's super, super simple, super fun and easy. And I think it looks awesome in the end for something that did not take a lot of effort. It's really cool. Like you could take this out of your sketchbook and frame it if you wanted like modern minimalist decor. I decided to put like a little reef around this one, but after that, I thought it would be cool to try again and mix things up. So this time I'm doing triangles. And I'm arranging it sort of like mountains that are all next to each other, but they're little planters. I don't know, this is the stuff I think of when I can't sleep. So it needs to come out on a sketchbook page. Now that they're all filled in, I'm just taking that fine liner, drawing some plants inside. That's it. It's super simple, super easy. So I hope you enjoy this one. Alrighty folks, thank you so much for hanging out in this video. I hope that it gave you some inspiration or just some prompts to get started in your own sketchbooks. I know it's been a long time since I've made one of these videos. It just takes a really long time to make them, and then I take breaks and kind of forget that I'm doing it sometimes. So yeah, I'll try to do some more in the future, but yeah, I tried to make these ones super, super approachable so that if you're stretched for time or if you're a beginner, you know, as I said, these ones would be easy for anybody to do. If you're new to the art family, feel free to subscribe and introduce yourself in the comments. See you next week. Bye.